Awesome. Thank you, Matt, for meeting with me. We are going to do a short little interview. I just wanted to introduce you to some of our subscribers and our readers for our newsletter. I'm so excited you hit number one driver for the month of August with us, and you're a brand new driver with us. You just got hired in July. So you just completed your second month, but actually it was your full month from the first to the very last day of the month that you were working with us. And as we were just discussing before recording this, when I interviewed you to be a driver with us, you said that you were going to be our top driver in the company, and here you are, first month on the road with us, and you cleared top driver in HIPX Logistics. So congratulations being number one. I know that's what you set out to do. You drove about 14,000 miles during the month of August. You also mentioned that you have decided to drop all of your other companies, that you actually very, very much enjoy working with us, and we appreciate that. So we're so excited. I know you said your goal for September is that you want to make $10,000 this month. And I think that you'll blow that out of the water. So I'm really excited to see what you're going to do in September. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions and kind of pick your brain for our readers and our subscribers. We have both drivers and brokers that subscribe to our newsletter, and I just want them to kind of get to know who you are. So as you know, in this industry, there's not a lot that really, or not everything goes as planned, I should say. So I'm sure you've already experienced some challenges in your first month with us. Can you share a moment where something may have not gone as planned and you had to be quick to think on your feet and make a quick decision on how to handle that situation?
Well, the thing that pops into my head was my first pickup. I had a pickup at an airport. It was an international thing, and I had to pick it up. And I went into the office. The lady said, "Oh, the plane just landed. The plane just landed." So she's like, "Okay, come back. Come back in an hour." So I came back in an hour. She's like, "Yeah, it ain't ready yet." I ended up sitting there for like 3 hours or more. When I finally got a hold of the forklift operator and he loaded me, he's like, "Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. It's been on the dock for 3 weeks."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I mean, I got detention pay, but I just sit. I got two phones. So on my one phone I use for business that I'm talking to you on. My other phone I've got shows that I watch. I got HBO Max, Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus. I got so I sit and watch TV shows on my other phone.
Yeah.
And that's how I kill the time. And like, it is what it is, right? And you were talking about last month. I was a new driver with you. I'm a new driver, period. I just bought this van and just started doing expedited freight. So last month was my learning month. Yeah. Now that I got an idea of what I'm doing and a grasp of what I'm doing, watch us see what happens in September.
Yay! We're so excited to have you on board. Welcome to the world of expedite. Unfortunately, airport runs are never fun. I always tell our drivers you want to bid a little bit more because it's like a guaranteed you're going to have detention time. So that is something that we have to exercise patience. And I'm not surprised if that was your first run because typically what I see in having this business operating for almost 5 years now, I like to think that unfortunately when we have new drivers, they kind of have to be initiated. And the first load is always a little bit challenging for whatever reason. So it's kind of good to get those challenges out of the way. So hopefully it'll just kind of get easier from here. So being new to the team, new guy on the block, obviously we have somewhat of a large team. We have 13 dispatchers on board. We have 3 trackers in our tracking department, 3 admins, which are owners of the company. How do you personally earn and build trust from the HIPX team?
I'm an easy guy to get along with. I'm just nice to everybody. I mean, that's just
kindness goes a
Like my dispatcher, I was messaging her back and forth. I was like, hey, I'm going to be working with you for a while. So I told her, I told her about me. I said, well, I'm 49 years old, I've been married 14 years, no kids, dog. So I asked her, I said, so you married, got kids, So she said she's got a kid, one on the way, been married. Just, be sociable, talk to people. It's all about being, friendly and talking to people. That'll get you through anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's so great that you're building rapport with our team. Our team is very special to us. Not only did I go through extensive training with each person before they got started, but they're really like family to us. And it's really good that you're building that rapport as well. So I love to see that those bonds being built. So now that you've been on the road for about, almost 2 months now, do you have any routes that you prefer? And has there been any loads or jobs that has kind of been a favorite to you thus far?
I'm still trying to explore because, until I started doing this, I never actually was west of the Mississippi. So I'm still hoping to get loads to explore. I mean, I haven't been to California yet. It was my first time in Texas not long ago. I'm just exploring.
Awesome. Yeah,
I've never seen the Grand Canyon, so someday I want to go. I'm trying to just explore.
Yeah. There's a lot of opportunity to explore. Unfortunately, I personally never got to see the Grand Canyon when I was a driver. We went to Phoenix, Arizona many times, but we never went off route to Grand Canyon. But hopefully you'll get to see it. It's beautiful out there. I was there when I was a kid. And there's a lot to see in the United States. So it's very exciting that you're looking forward to exploring as well instead of just collecting a paycheck. We really promote our drivers to be spontaneous and do different things. So I guess that will lead me kind of to my last question. If you suddenly get a day off, maybe, of course, there's going to be days where you don't necessarily get a load booked, but what is typically like the first spontaneous thing that you look to do?
Nothing. Sit and watch to try and get another load to get moving.
Yeah.
I got stuck in Colorado for 3 days and couldn't get out. That's not going to happen again.
Unfortunately,
and I literally sat in a Walmart parking lot for 3 days and just sat and watched TV shows and movies on my other phone.
Oh, really?
That's all I did. For 3 days, I sat in a Walmart parking lot on the outskirts of Denver, just into the Rockies, watching movies and Netflix and HBO Max and all that. That's what I did for 3 days until I finally just said to hell with it, and I had to deadhead all the way out of there, like 500 miles to Topeka, Kansas, before I got a load. So I learned lesson learned. If there's a load to Colorado, I won't touch it for. It'd have to be over $1 a mile for me to even consider it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, to be honest, and for everybody listening, tuning in, I tell all of our drivers to not go out west for less than $1 a mile, just because anything west of Kansas City, really, you're hitting a danger zone. It's just really dry. The rates are really low. So it's just not a whole bunch of a lot of opportunity to make money out west. So unfortunately, as new drivers in the industry, you kind of have to go through those growing points to understand where the good and bad areas are. But if somebody told me that, I probably wouldn't listen, just because it's the most beautiful part of the United States, and I loved exploring out west and going hiking, experiencing all that the West has to offer. But it's definitely not where the money is. So, you want to make money, you want to stay east of Kansas City for sure. So
and everything goes into Seattle, but nothing comes out. If you end up in Seattle, deadhead to 3 hours to Oregon to Portland, because that's where your best shot of getting a load out.
That's good advice. In my experience, when we were drivers on the road, we actually deadheaded from Seattle to San Francisco, which was like 800 miles deadhead. And then we got a load out of Northern California, but that was pretty rough. Yeah, Washington and Oregon are not the easiest states to get out of, so drivers beware.
Yeah, most of the stuff coming out from up there was out of Portland and Salem.
Yeah.
Luckily, I found a load out of Salem. So.
Wonderful. Well, Matt, thank you so much for connecting with me. You know, I really just wanted to introduce you to everybody that is reading the newsletter. I'm just astonished at how far you've gotten already in the month and a half that you've been with us. And we are so excited to have you on board. So thank you for taking the time to kind of share some advice with our subscribers. And we'll look forward to you hitting your goals of over 10,000 for the month of September. So hopefully we can interview you again as you continue your journey in Expedite with us.
Yep, and September, 20,000 mile month. Watch.
20,000 miles. All right, everybody heard it.
That's the goal. 20,000 miles and at least $15,000. We'll see if I can do it.
So that's a 6,000 mile increase from last month. So that's roughly about what, 1,500 miles a week more than last month. So I'll be reading that.
Like I said, the last 3 days, I'm at 2180 in 3 days. So.
Woo! All right.
Like I'm going to have to ask you to message me and let me know what I did at the end of the month, as far as like gross, what I grossed at the end of the month, because I'm curious.
I will certainly let you know. I do monthly driver reports, so I have all those numbers. So I look forward to circling back with you at the end of September and letting you know that you crushed 20,000 miles in the month.
That's the goal.
All right, Matt. Well, I know you're on a load now, so drive safe. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk soon.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.